Hey, welcome back to MaxsGarajMahal. We're going to talk about relays. You know, I know you've probably seen some of my videos. If you haven't, welcome to MaxsGarajMahal for the first time. And we've done some wire testing, some wire harness testing, such as that. In the last year, we've got a Hustler Super Z that we're doing a world land speed record attempt for a Hustler Raptor, or a Hustler Super Z. We already done the Raptor. And we have that world record, by the way, for the land speed. So what we're going to do now is we're going to talk about relays, because you saw me testing relays and switches and all kinds of things on that Hustler Super Z. And one thing I've always been concerned with, I think that my relays are all good because the lawnmower will start and run. However, it does have a tendency to not want to start with the wiring harness completely reinstalled, so I had to put a jumper wire in, which has nothing to do with this except to tell you that I don't believe that relay is good. Now, one way to find out is we put a new relay in, which I've switched relays around, and it was hit and miss because I put various relays that I already had in stock. Some new, borrowed some from another mower, put on it, and that sort of thing. But here's what I want to talk about. And this is the best part, is HD Switch Engineering Performance has come out with an LED lighted relay. There it is, a little light on top. Here it is, shows it's lighted. So you flip your switch on, you're going to know if you've got power to that relay. And that means that you no longer have to whoop out the test light. I know you've all seen me use this if you've seen the videos. And you've seen me use this fuse circuit tester. A nice little item to have. I know you saw me use this little amperage gauge here. And the way it operates is you hook power to your circuit. Then you go down the line, right or left, up or down, whatever the line happens to be. And it shows you where the break's at or the short's at in your circuit. That's a wonderful deal. Also, I purchased this power probe, and what this does is you hook these up to your battery, or to a detached battery if you have one, and you can test for ground, or you can put power to your circuit. Wonderful thing. And I've done that. But this is going to go into, I bought spares. So these are going to go into my testing arsenal that I'll have. And we have here, this package came in the mail yesterday. I didn't get a chance to really, but it's from HD Switch, and they are at 6590 East Rogers Circle in Boca Raton, Florida. So let's get to it real quickly, and let's open these things up. I'll show you what they look like for real, because I haven't seen them for real yet, as you can see. It's always good to pull a knife towards you, good sharp knife, and that was not. So let's take a look real quickly. And I can tell you this too, that the wonderful thing about this is for each one of these relays, you get a free package of dielectric grease. Have you bought any dielectric grease lately? A little tube of dielectric grease, that's probably a tenth of a tube of dielectric grease. Tube of that stuff is about $6 or $7. So that's just about 85 cents worth of dielectric grease right there. As I said, I bought two different ones. I bought four with tabs. I bought four without tabs. So let's get them out here and take a look. Come on out there, booger. And here it is. And the ones I purchased, I bought them specifically for Hustler lawnmowers. And this has got a little tab bracket on the back you can slide up into a tab, which is a nice thing. All of these things don't have that. And let's see if I can get in here where you can see this. Right on the top, you can see a little tiny little dot right there. There you go. And that's the LED light. So that's the one without the tab. This is a model number HDR 184. HDR 184. Okay. Now let's see if we can figure out which ones we've got the tabs. And you can actually add the tabs because they're not directly mounted on them. You can leave them on or put them on or take them off. So I've got well, I'm going to have plenty of them because these are all HD 184s. All right, so we're in good shape. Let me get the packing slip out here and we'll read this real quickly because I think that tab's what makes a difference, it looks like. We have a 6-pack of 12-volt waterproof relay replaces Hustler 601053 with LED indicator upgrade. Okay, that's this right here. And I bought the 4, as I mentioned earlier, the 12-volt sealed waterproof relay replaces Hustler 026237 with LED indicator right there. So these are waterproof to an IP53. Now I'm not exactly sure how deep that is or how much submersion it can have, but you know what we ought to do? Hey, remember that Anderson's absorbance corn cob media that we did the last video? We might try that with these things, just see how they work. That'll give us another indicator if we've got water in our system or something like that. Who knows? Let's just give it a try. So without further ado, let's get the testing. So I'll see you over there in the shop, which is on the other side of that 6-inch wall right there. Okay, I decided to go ahead and do a little test first. So here we go. As you can see, it's got water. See if I can get over closer to you. All right, we've got 12-volt battery. We've got water, as you can see it moving around here. Okay. Now then, let's pull this up toward the top. Maybe the camera can see that. Probably not. All right, there's that. Now then, if you can't see that, all right. Now the good thing about that is, now see if that makes any better. All right, this is going to take a little bit of logistics here, but let's see if we can get this up there where you can see it. Hopefully so. Where's that light at? I'm going to say that's waterproof. There you go, guys. Proof is always in the pudding. It's totally submerged. Lights on. And it's under power. That tells me that their claim is 100% real. Okay, so real quickly, HD switch engineering performance. We're going to go out there now. We're going to take this very same, this one right here. Now, let's see. Let me mark it somehow so you can tell it's the same one. Alright, let's see. Let's get it out here. Let's leave it right there. Leave it in the water. Let it soak. Now I'm going to leave the camera on. I'm going to walk away. I'm going to come back now with a silver paint marker. Now then, we're going to take this sucker out of the water. And we're going to first disconnect it from the battery. That's the first thing we're going to do. That's a wise thing to do. Alright, now we've disconnected it from the battery. We've got all those jumpers off of it. Alright, and here's the silver marker. So what we're going to do is we're going to put Where am I out of your light? We're going to put MGM. MGM, right there. Let's see here. Guess I'll turn the battery back on, huh? As you know, I never make these videos in advance, so I should. There you go, MGM. In silver. We'll put the top back on the paint stick. Now, let's turn some of this stuff off so we can take it into the other room. I'm going to keep it in my hand. And I've actually got this thing set up through my teleprompter, which I just got through finishing. And let's see. No, you can't see. My God, it's working great. So I'm going to take this thing in. We're going to put it on the mower. But I'm going to stick it in my pocket. Now I'm going to have to take the camera off the teleprompter. We're going to go into there, do that, and you're going to see the thing work. So bear with me. I'm not even going to turn any of this stuff off. I know I really ought to. Let's take the tripod with us, and I don't know if we can do it with the teleprompter on or not. So I'm going to, man, I hate to do this. Okay, here we go, guys. I'm going to try to carry all this mess at one time. So here we go. And it's a whole bunch of stuff put together. This ought to be a lot of fun here. Okay, here we are. So, all right, just keep your eyes right here, right there. That way, if you get scared, you can just look at old Uncle Max here. He'll keep you safe. He might drop you a time or two, but I'll keep you safe. All right. Now then, here we go. Let's see. What can you see over there? You see the toolbox and the air conditioner, but you can't see down here, can you? So let's loosen this up right here. Now I don't know that we can zero any tighter, but that light's pretty strong. So okay. And at no time did any of my hands ever leave my body. So there it is, MGM. Okay, now watch, here's the thing. When you turn this on and you put it under load, no light. Now, we're going to take this one out. This one came directly from XL Industries, which makes Big Dog mowers and Hustler turf. We'll blow the water out first. Now I'm not going to put any dielectric grease in there yet, which we will later. But I'm going to go ahead and put this sucker in here just for this demonstration purposes only. And get it seated in there real nicely. And let's see if you can see that. Yeah, I believe you can. Okay, now watch that sucker. I didn't want it to start. Okay, so let's see if I can find a mirror maybe. Or let's just flip the lights off. Hope y'all ain't scared to the dark. If you're scared to the dark, then well, that might be bad. But let's get us a light out here. I want to show you this. Let's see. I don't know if you can see that or not either, but we'll just find out. Looks like I got to charge a battery on this thing. Been sitting too long. But the best part is you can see the light flashes on as I hit the switch, and when it's under solid, when your battery's up, and I'm gonna go ahead and charge the battery. We'll come back and I'll show you that a little bit better. And let's see. So I'm going to stop this long enough to charge the battery. I'm going to leave that sucker on there, and we'll come back and we'll take a look at it together. Okay, battery charger's been on it maybe a minute. So this is still not a good thing, but I'm trying to see if you can see that in the mirror. Yeah, there we go. Okay, it turns out we didn't get all that on the camera, so let's do it this way. Can't see a thing, but that's okay. We should be able to see that green light when I start cranking the engine. So here we go. As soon as I figure out where that ignition switch is at. Did you see the light flickering? Trying to keep it from starting. There you go. Did you see the light? All right. Very brief, but there's the light. So now I didn't kill myself going across this room. That's a plus. Okay. That's so. Hey, it's turned over better. So I think this relay, other relay may have been bad after all. So that's a good thing. So tell you what, looks to me like this is going to be not only a way to find out and to give your machine a better relay when your relays are bad. It also appears that it's a good idea not just to replace your relay when it's bad, but to have this LED light, and that sucker is waterproof. So IP53 waterproof, which is great. So and when I talked to the gentleman that was kind enough to sell me these things and wholesale them out to me, and I'm going to put the link down below. I bought them not directly through their HD Performance Switch site. I actually bought them through eBay. So I'll put a link to them down in the description below. But I asked him some questions, and he did answer all my questions to my satisfaction. And these are made in the United States. They are also made by HD Switch themselves. And what they do is they only manufacture parts that they can build into and improve a better product, which means, like this particular product, they do a LED light on it so that dummies like me can see that it's actually working. They've got quite a few products that they manufacture, which I think is wonderful. They have ignition switches, and there's some improvements to the ignition switches. They have ignition switches for nearly every brand and model out there. So you go to their eBay site, or you can go to their online site, and you can search through, and you can actually put in a search for a John Deere 957 or a Hustler Super Z. And if you don't know which model number you need, or you get tired looking for it, you can contact them. They will go ahead and look up and cross-reference your number for you. And I think that's a wonderful service that they provide. They did that for me, although I'd already looked it up. So they actually did look it up and let me know, and they told me my search was a solid search. Thank you very kindly. So I've got that down. I can do a solid search. That's good. And with that said, they've got tie rod ends for mowers. They've got all kinds of things on there that like their tie rod ends. I was eyeballing their tie rod ends, and I might get some of their tie rod ends. I've got an old 1996 MTD Yardman. Everyone's going to say, well, it's junk. I mean, it's MTD, right? Okay, it's what, 24 years old, still books down the road, does everything it's supposed to do. The pulleys are wore out, I'm wore out, but the front end's wore out. So I might buy some of their tie rod ends to test those as well. And what I do like about them is they've improved this ball socket on them, and they've put a rubberproof or waterproof cover over the ball to keep it from getting rusty, which I think that's a fantastic thing. So y'all stay tuned for that, and if we get around to it this winter, not a whole lot going on, I may go ahead and order some of those tie rod ends and a few other things. I might get an ignition switch for this thing here. You know, the ignition switch may be a part of this problem of the intermittent start, as I like to call it, because it works when it wants to. And even though I put a jumper from the ignition switch down to directly the solenoid, that is dangerous. That's for testing purposes only. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, do not do that at home except for testing purposes. The reason is, when you start this thing, I can now start it with the blades engaged. Let's all show HD Switch Engineering Performance some love and go by and get you one of these, or in this particular case, this thing has 3 under the dash. I'm going to put 3 new ones on there. I'm going to leave this one right here where it's at, even though I tried to drown it. So again, y'all go by HD Switch Performance Engineers, our Engineer Performance. Get you some of this stuff. Look through their site. I believe you're going to enjoy it. And any questions you have, and if I've in any way erroneously give you information, they can by all means square that up, and I apologize if I've done so. But I appreciate you all coming by Max's Garage Mahal, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Please hit that like button. I need those likes. And share with everybody you see, because everyone's got a lawnmower pretty much. And everyone's got something that's got a relay on it of some sort. And it may be a 4-wire, maybe a 5-wire. This lawnmower has a 5-pole on it, but only has 4 wires hooked up. So you can use a 5 on a 4, it appears. So again, show HD Engineer Performance some love and check out their products. Y'all come back and see me now. You hear Max's Garage Mahal.